In 2.5 years, I've flown over more land burned to the ground as a consequence of wildfires than occupy the entire land of the state of Maryland, from down in New Mexico and Alabama all up into Montana and around. It's been devastating.
Now, we can get into the stats. We could actually talk about the effects of natural disasters, their frequency and their severity, and actually put it into historical context and give you actual intelligence on whether or not this is an increasing problem in the United States. But that's not the point that I think is important to make in this moment, is that I'm sick and tired of politicians standing on the graves of dead children in the case of school children, school shootings, or natural disasters where towns are burnt to the ground or destroyed by hurricane, and using it as a moment to ghoul and pimp for their politics. It's beyond grotesque to land into a disaster zone where people have been destroyed and to say, you know what should be the solution here? You know what the problem is? You haven't given me enough power. Your climate science, no. Your climate change Chicken Little has turned into a religion. It's not to say there's not science in some of these elements for us to discuss, but you've turned it into a religion, and you're the same people that can't sound an alarm in Lahaina, and you're asking us to give you the power and money to turn over to you the global thermostat. I'm sorry, but you don't have the competency to run anything, much less to stand in these moments of destruction and say, the real problem here is you haven't given me enough power.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Hot Will Cain. Is Fox News going to let Will Cain continue in that chair? Are they going to do him the way that they did Tucker Carlson? Who knows? It's your boy Benny. What's up, guys? People are finally snapping and saying, no, we are done with this. We are sick of the lies. We are sick of the disgrace. We are sick of the America Last policies. Even in Maui, where we assume that the vast majority of the people there voted for Joe Biden and voted for Democrat policies, we as Americans are united against the people that are trying to keep those people down, that are spitting on them while they lavish and rain money down upon Ukraine, while they try and stand on their graves, as Will Cain just said there. Just impressive stuff. Really amazing stuff. It's incredible to see people snapping. Will Cain being one of those guys who actually went to Maui. Will Cain being one of those people who actually traveled there and showed and revealed sort of what's going on as much as he could, because they won't let people film. They won't let people actually take cameras in there. Will Cain had to go out on a boat and like try and film stuff. He has like a property there, so he was allowed in, but they wouldn't even let him film. Fox News, of course, tries to adhere by the rules. There are other independent journalists that are really showing you what's going on there, and we'll link to one of their videos at the end of this video. But there is a series of reasons why people are incredibly fed up and disgusted. This video of Oprah and The Rock essentially trying to use a fraud fundraiser that goes and is linked to the entertainment industry to try and give money to the people in Lahaina when they are both billionaires. Everyone says The Rock's only worth $800 million. Okay, fine. Just give 5% of your net worth. How about that? You're from Hawaii, so why not give 5% of your net worth? That would still help rebuild homes for like the entire population. Oprah's worth $3.5 billion. They can't give any of that? They give nothing? They both started off this video saying they gave $5 million each. Do you know that's like less than 0.002% of Oprah's net worth? That's like going out to eat and leaving a penny for a tip on the bill. Such fraudulence, such evil. These people disgust everyone, and you can see it in the comment section. You can see it in the comment section. People are starting to like finally lose it. Where were you on the night of the fire, Oprah? Math ain't matching on this one. You guys literally have so much money, and you can donate it and make it back within a year. Yeah, exactly right. There are already a comprehensive list of locals who lost their homes, who have been displaced. People can donate directly to them instead of your fund. Dolly Parton donated her own money. This is Oprah saying that Dolly Parton is the one who inspired all this. Yeah, well, Dolly Parton gave her own money. These comments give me hope that people are waking up. I want to hear from the mouths of actual Hawaiians from Maui are actually receiving the money to believe this. They send a bunch of bots. Good to see people, normal people, waking up. Comment section win. This is so ironic. A billionaire and a millionaire asking you to donate your money. I can believe that people are actually putting money into this. How about you and The Rock take some of your millions out of your pockets and contribute? That's exactly right. This person did the math. With the wealth you have, your donation is equivalent to $300. you and all your filthy rich cronies have the ability to save Maui for your damn selves? Or were they the ones who actually wanted Maui to burn in the first place? Well, that's what a lot of people are wondering when you see the actual cruelty of those in charge here. Joe Biden comparing the Maui fires to almost losing his Corvette once. Okay, so Joe Biden went to the island of Maui. Joe Biden made jokes, laughed about how hot it was, and then told a story about how he apparently almost lost his Corvette in a fire. Lightning struck the home on a little lake outside of our home. Biden says, so feel bad for me. I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. Joe Biden feels the pain of Lahaina, talking about his kitchen fire. As the officers said, the fire department that responded to Joe Biden's kitchen fire said, yeah, this fire, there was a small fire, and we put it out in 5 minutes. That's what the official report is. Here from the AP, deadly Maui fires, many had no warning and no way out. Those who dodged a barricade survived. What does this mean? This means that the people who actually ignored the individuals in charge, the authorities that wouldn't give the people of Maui water, the people who wouldn't release the resources needed to fight the fire, the people who closed down the roads and locked people in to a furnace of a city. They had to throw themselves in the water. They jump over the bridge and save themselves by throwing themselves in the ocean. And those who didn't got burned alive, God forbid. And they didn't sound these sirens in order to alert them. These people whose ecological cultish, climate cultish policies caused this because they do not maintain the growth around the power lines needed. There's some pretty convincing video that these power lines went down into the middle of the forest around there, and there's all this dry brush. So instead of maintaining those power lines, the power company is focused on diversity and equity programs. These people, these sick monsters. Joe Biden sent them $700 each for the Maui fire victims. Insulting, people say. Yeah, it is. Joe Biden has sent thousands of dollars per American family to Ukraine. The estimates that I read was $2,500 per family, per American family unit has been sent to Ukraine. That's wealth evaporated from your family, your currency, and your country that you will have to pay debt on. We will be debt slaves for the rest of our country's existence, which at this point, who knows how long that'll be, because of what Joe Biden is doing for Ukraine right now. But he can only do $700 for the people. $700, that doesn't even pay for a month's rent in Hawaii. So unbelievably insulting. So incredibly insulting. Where are the studies? Where are people actually understanding what truly went on here? People are enraged about this. People are really upset, and there are a lot of questions that they have to ask. I said there would be an individual at the end of this video. There's a guy who actually lives there. We try as hard as we can. I don't live there. Try as hard as we can to step back and go to the source. There's a dude who just is a realtor there, and he's walking around saying, this doesn't make any sense. How do these cars in the middle of these fields get so hot? We did a video on this. We thought it was very interesting. Here's a man who's wandering around just with his cell phone in Maui saying, none of this makes sense. Just like Will Kane at the start. None of what's going on in Maui makes sense. It's time for an actual reckoning. And it seems like only the evil people are the ones who are going to benefit from all of this. Oprah, The Rock, Obama, Biden. They're the people who benefit from all this. Let's take a look at the ground. Reporting from the ground. Go.
But then you have these two vehicles sitting in here that have melted
it's
aluminum. So Donovan, if you want to just take us through this car real quick and show us, I know you know a few things about cars, you can point out some things that require a very high temperature. By the way, we just talked to the neighbor who was talking to an investigator in Lahaina Town yesterday, and he said the investigator told him the temperatures reached in excess of 3,000 degrees. So tell us what you got, Donovan.
Well, we have about 300 degrees for aluminum, and this
300?
1,300.
1,300, okay, thank you.
1,300, well, 1220, but if you round it up, because it was not only melted, it was liquefied to the point where it became a river of aluminum going down the dirt hill.
So this is the aluminum rim, obviously. There's the tire, what's left of it, the steel threads or steel belts.
And maybe combination gas tank if the gas tank's aluminum.
Okay. So you have liquefied aluminum running down the side of a grass fire.
The caliper melted, unless they stole it, but it looks like the bolts are still there. So that, and then you get the belt, the steel belt of the tire, which is just a bunch of a wire mesh laying there, and you have the windows that were melted, the back window. If you look at the big old, like almost like
the glass is just melted.
Yeah, it was
dripping.
This is almost what you would see if you put a car in an incinerator.
But this is not surrounded by a bunch of structure fires or anything.
Yeah, there's no fuel.